give it to you that way to distract you. Now, I brought the mind control books up the last time. We got enough here. The book is out of print, but thanks to this particular place, we got them. And the first rule of mind control is to distract the distraction. If you distract them, it leaves the whole mind open, the whole subconscious mind open, and you can rule them. So whenever they want you not to tap into something, it's distraction. That's the first rule of mind control. So that's the first 2 pages of the book, which the book is more relevant now than it was written 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. It's right on time. If anybody, I brought the book up last time. If anybody is taking advantage of looking through the damn book, you know what I'm talking about. This shit is right on time. You can't put it down. That shit be dropping. It's heavy. You see what I'm saying? And you take that book and you take 4 movies, put them together as a series, and you really got the shit. So you take that book, read that book, then go get Running Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then go get, see they made them in series, but they separate them about 2 years apart. That way you don't catch on. So they take Running Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You put them together, it's an actual manual. Then you go and get Demolition Man, Sylvester Stallone. 2 years apart, you go get Judge Dredd. They're made to go together. You get the 4 volumes and shit, and you will see it all in visual, everything that's in the damn book. First of all, number one, let me get into a few things on what's really going down before I really get into that. If you go get the book, the 2 movies, see they did it in sequels, but they didn't do them the year after because you were getting, because some people were white people, they know black people ain't gonna get into shit. They would pick up on it, so oh, these are the things. So, you had 2 major white heroes in America that they split amongst movie lines as far as your superhero. One was Arnold Schwarzenegger with Commando and all that shit. The other one was Sylvester Stallone with Rambo. Happened in the 1980s. This was only to establish 2 ultimate heroes to take off a series of movies that will set the whole tune for all this shit. Now, the 2 movies are Running Man, 1987, and then they did 2 or 3 years in between, so you can't put it together. Then they come out with Total Recall, 1990. That's the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. With your boy, not Schwarzenegger, the other one, Sylvester Stallone. The other movie is 1993's Demolition Man. They split it up. The other second half of Demolition Man is 1995's Judge Dredd. You take all 4 movies and put them, they got everything from cloning, mind control, and all that shit. But the one we want to deal with right now, which is very key, because this particular movie got past us as far as we understood it was the ultimate New World Order movie, but the action was so much into the movie until a lot of things you didn't deal with what was the dialogue. So you're going to go and you're going to get Demolition Man. Now, I went and got it again and I started studying it last week, and I'm telling you, that they made a movie out of that fucking book right there. Now that Demolition Man is a modern version of a movie 15 years ago, George Orwell's 1984. It came out in 1984, but when it was released in a book, it was 1948. It came out in 1948. No, it was 1984. But it came out in 1948. That movie is hard to get. You can't find it hardly in no places. But when you get it, it's done in such an artsy level until it's hard to pick up. You can notice the major things, no sex and all this kind of thing. But yeah, they got it. But the key is that they made another version up under people's nose in this doggone Demolition Man. Now the key is with the Demolition Man thing is that the number one criminal is Simon Phoenix, which is played by a blonde-haired Wesley Snipes. They're telling you in the movie that criminality itself is black. They might put some white people, but you gotta understand. Now this is the future, and they have all but wiped out criminality, which means they have all but wiped out black people. Because they talk about this is what's happened during the urban wars of the late 20th century. Like, white people ain't never killed nobody in the late 20th century. But they were talking about wiping out urban, about all this graffiti. They were talking about black people. That's the first element. Number one, when they reinstate him, for the people saw the movie, he could kill up everybody, but he couldn't kill that main man. They had an implant in him, and that represents in the movie how they can kill up. You can kill up all the blacks, but you can't kill the goddamn white man. It's all in the movie. Now the key is in the movie, all vaginal and saliva secretions are outlawed, so there's no physical sex. Because physical sex leads to kundalini arousal. So they can't have sex. You can't get it on. It's got to be that virtual shit. You see what I'm saying? You see. The other thing is, the foods you eat. Well, you say, oh, they was talking about meat, but they started saying some other things. Like they said you can't eat no spicy food. That was outlawed. Because spicy food leads to kundalini raising. All your cayenne peppers and all that type of stuff. And it's just talking about the certain herbs also. Music is outlawed. That's why they singing hot dogs. All the hot dogs, it's jingles and shit. Because the music has got to change too. That's happening right now. With the new music out here, it's not music at all. It's not music at all. Even if it's not rap, it's still not music, the shit you're hearing. And that's because it's, like the book said, Mind Control book said that they gotta shut that stuff down so your pituitary gland can't produce the certain hormones. The pituitary gland regulates how much melanin it goes behind you. See what I'm saying? So they had to shut all that down. Get where I'm coming from here? It's all in the doggone movie. Now when they was, now this is the key. Now this is upon us now. When they was first unthawed Wesley Snipes, the guy looked at him and said, about 29 years ago, parole became obsolete. Now this is the key on what's going on here. Now, let's shift out of the movie and show you what's going on right now. Then you know you got these other people that live up underground, they're called scraps. And they're just searching for food. But the other people are conditioned to accept things because the simple fact, in a capitalistic society, you become so deranged and sick based on your job. As long as you got a job, it don't matter. So that's why the damn people can produce a movie, Wag the Dog, show the damn picture of Monica Lewinsky in the damn movie, and the movie is made a year before the shit happened, and nobody picked the shit up because people got jobs. As long as the motherfucker getting paid, he don't give a shit about nothing. They go to war in the movie, they make a war in the movie, they show you how they set all the shit up, tell you right straight up, and nobody puts nothing together. They come on the TV, and they even use the the Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky thing and all that, and they keep talking about wag the dog, wag the dog, wag the dog, all on the news. And you can't figure it out because it's all fake, because people are in a capitalistic society, and as long as the checks are coming, motherfucker don't give a damn about shit. If the country is burning down, as long as the checks is coming, nobody gives a shit. That's mind control. You see? Now in the movie 1984, Richard Burton's last movie, he tell the guy, you ain't gonna do no sex. He said, the only pleasure you gonna have is my fucking boot in your face. As the sex, we're gonna beat you down so much until you gonna submit just to have whatever freedom we give your ass. Get where I'm coming from here? All that shit is what's going on now based on this mind control thing. The people are walking zombies. So now let's shift to the real shit. So the movie 1993, they give an estimate of what's going to happen in the future. He says, 29 years ago, parole became obsolete. Now let's shift to last time I was here. The whole Georgia race. Now I'm going to Milwaukee in January. Met a brother up there. And they saying the same thing is happening there. The whole race was run on ending parole. That is some radical, extreme shit. Ending parole. So, it's so radical that even white people go, I don't know about that shit. Hell, I might end up in jail and can't get out. You know, you know how the white man, he do some embezzlement and get 9 months. He might get 6 years and then get out in 9 months and say no parole. I might have to do the whole 6 years. But see, what they do is they done train these crackers. The word criminal now means black people. It's already in the psyche. So what they did, they got a black is the one that is first thing you think, yeah, them niggas don't need to get out nowhere, because that's what it is. You don't think white people prison no more. You think based on the last 8 years and the propaganda war that went on. You see what I'm saying? The Goebbels propaganda, I told you before, they had to put the Jews in the camps, they had to do a propaganda based on the last 8 years propaganda war. You think criminals, you think black people. So now white people, you know, oh, my boy's going to jail. But white people saying, yeah, lock them niggas up. Okay, so they come out in and parole, all doing the Georgia thing. So what they do is, they go up 2 weeks before the election in November, this past November. They take a hitman and he goes up into the Hilton Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. And some white they just pick any random white vacationer. These people, you know, they come in town on conventions and shit. You know, business conventions. So they had some white men, they all shacking up in 2 rooms or whatever. By 5 or 1 nigga up in there too. So this person comes in there and kill them all. Do a little robbery thing. But then again, on the other hand, they did it so cool because they couldn't really catch the people that they want. This was a straight up hit. Silencers and all. Nobody saw nothing. The woman, the maid, found them the next morning. Nobody, even the surveillance camera didn't even get a clear picture of nothing. Now, clearly it's a professional hit. That's 2 weeks before the election. 2 days before the election, they in Alabama, they in Tennessee, they find some black man driving a car. They stopped his car and say, anything wrong? He said, yeah, I think I got a gun up in here. They check the car and find out the stolen shit that he stole is the same stuff. Now, how is it you can get a person that is so brilliant that he can doggone evade everything with a hit so professional, but yet the nigga you find can't even damn tie his shoelaces right without fighting? You see where I'm coming from? Oh, but it was all set up. But they did it right before this critical election to end parole. Okay? So all the white people, oh, we gotta do something about these niggas. They done gave you the shit now. You going through the polls to vote for this black man talking about end parole. That's some radical shit. We got to do something because you thinking black. You know, fucked up niggas thinking black. So they go in and pull the levers and elect this motherfucker again, and now basically parole is ended. It's just a matter for him to vote it in because they said once I get back in, I'm in parole. And you vote for him, hell, he's gonna do it. You see? But they set it all up with this doggone murder shit around the same time. Caught him 2 days before. Because they gotta see, otherwise it'll seem like a professional hit. So they gotta show you the black face so you can go and vote. Same like they did in the actual movie. But it's talking about mind control. Now what is the voting thing? What is this thing all about? What is this whole thing about parole? Well, we got a person here that is an expert on prison thing that I'm not going to divulge no name on the tape or whatever type thing. I don't, you know, name anonymous, but you know, we talk about a prison scientist. And he hit me to some things, as well as some things we stayed up talking the last time I was here, and we figured it out. First of all, you got to look at this part. You got a person that's in, usually he gets 5 years and might get out in a doggone year based on prison population overcrowding. Now you talking about privatizing of the prisons and you build more space now, but don't let the niggas out, just build more jails. Okay, the key is, there are no factories left in the country. Oh, you think they went to Mexico, but why is it if there's so many thousands of factories in Mexico, why them barefoot motherfuckers still running across the border? Hiding in fucking soup cans and shit, trying to get over here and get beat down. Seems to me if there's all these factories in Mexico, they move to Mexico, they move to Mexico. If all these damn factories in Mexico, why the hell they still got thousands of people getting over here when all the factories is over there? What fool gonna be gardening and cutting some motherfucker lawn when he can be over there pressing some damn shit and getting damn $8, $9, $10 an hour in his own shit? Ain't no factories over there. The factories are away in the goddamn prisons. But if the factories are in the prisons, if I train a damn man to do a job and he good, because niggas is good, you know, when they get the groove, and this man got 5 years and he gonna get out in a year, I'm crazy, because this is a corporation now. I can't be turning over no nigga, training a nigga every 6 damn months. So if I cut out damn probation, I got that nigga ass for 5 years. If he get 50 years, I got a 50-year employee for what? A damn penny a day or whatever they charge the motherfuckers or whatever. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So we're talking about slavery, and that's what all your prisons and everything now, your industry is toned back to a slave culture. Remember that the conservatism is to conserve. When you conserve, you go back to something that you used to do that built the country. This country was not built on work. This country was built on slavery. So the industrial shit is gone now. The only way you're going to make this country go to the 21st century is what? Slavery. The same thing before. This country became the richest country in the land because it had free labor for 300 years. So in order to do it, we got to reinstitute slavery, just like the doggone Masons said they was going to do. It was always said they was going to put us back in slavery. So that's what this whole thing is about. Very key that you understand that at this particular time.